Hi, in this video we are going to study technical vocabulary as we learn about television. As a preparation for this activity, I have this for you. What kinds of TV shows do you watch more often? Okay, do you watch? It's not about what you like, it's what you end up watching. So think about your television watching and think, do you watch drama, suspense, comedy, action, news, sports, documentaries? Which ones do you watch more often? Think about it. All right, thank you. Let's read the following descriptions of TV shows and match them with their names. Oh, we have some reading activity that is already an activity that you need to complete. I like this. Good. You are going to read these summaries. Here are the names of the shows. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but the name may have something to do with the description. So these are the ones that you are going to match. So let's read the descriptions first, and then we'll see which one it is, the one that we're talking about. All right? It's a series in which police officers interrogate detectives who suspect a criminal has returned, uncovering the secrets of all those involved. Of those, which is the one? I think it would be, yes, True Detective. Next, a young, free-spirited woman, yes, meets four brilliant scientists who know very little about social relationships and life outside of science. Which show is that? Yes, it's The Big Bang Theory. Yes. Next, a remake of the classic story in which the most famous detective and his partner solve crime in 21st century London. Who's the most famous detective? Yes, Sherlock. Next, the survivors of a plane crash, in an accident that a plane had, must work together to survive on a mysterious tropical island which they thought was deserted. So the plane crash and the survivors, that must be lost. Yes. Next, a breathtaking documentary showcasing nature's amazing wonders and animal behavior in the most expensive production of its kind. So it's a documentary about nature's wonders, animal behavior. That would be Planet Earth. Yes. And finally, this is a freebie. Far from the dominion of the New Republic, a solitary bounty hunter is a person who goes and captures people for the reward that they are paying for the person. Travels across the galaxy on missions and adventures worthy of his skills. So he's very skillful and he captures people and he has adventures. So what is that? The Mandalorian. A person from Mandalore. All right. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Especially for reading with me these descriptions. But let's make sure that you understood what we read first. Which show features a detective? So, True Detective and Sherlock. Good. Oh, if it's one detective, it could be Sherlock. But if we remember that, that is enough. Which show is a situation comedy? It's a comedy about situations that happen in everyday life. Yes, The Big Bang Theory. Which show is a documentary? It's Planet Earth. Good. Very good. Now, as I told you, we are going to look at technical vocabulary. All right, technical vocabulary are words or phrases that are used primarily in a specific line of work or profession. So that's technical vocabulary. Depending on a specific line of work or profession, we have some words that might have special meaning in that profession. For example, the words interrogate and criminal may be very specific to the field of criminology, of justice, for example. They have a specific meaning there. It's not like your mother interrogating you. That has, yes, the meaning of asking questions, but within the field of justice, it is something very, very serious, and it has a specific meaning. The word showcase. Showcase is, let's say, a case in which we display something. But when we say this showcases something in television, showcasing is showing to the world, not necessarily putting things in a showcase, in a case like a glass case. Animal behavior for a person, for you, if you're talking about your pet, that could be something very natural. But if we are talking about a scientist in the field of animal behavior, in the field of their specialty, that could be something different. It's not about how the animal behaves with you, but it could be about their psychology, their interaction with other animals, etc. The word production could be, if we're talking about the most expensive production, we know what to produce is, but in film or in the film industry, it could be something very specific that includes everything that makes a movie what it is, the setting, the investment that they make in terms of imagery, etc., sound, all that is production. And New Republic, for us, New Republic is a new country. But in the saga of Star Wars, it is a regime. It is something very specific. So technical vocabulary refers to the meaning that a word can have in a special field. All right? Let me give you some other examples. Registers could be in linguistics, for example, is different sets of vocabulary used in different cultures or groups. A valve for a heart surgeon could be something very different than from a plumber, for example. A needle, it's something that we use for sewing, but for somebody who's working in video editing, the needle is that line that marks the timeline of the video. So where in time each scene or frame takes place. Artificial intelligence is not something that is not natural. It is something very specific that refers to machines and computers having the capacity of making decisions. That is. Development trends could refer to something very different in photography, for example, how they develop film, and in economy, about how a country develops its economy, for example. Machine learning refers to something very specific that has to do with artificial intelligence. As you can see, technical vocabulary will acquire specific meaning according to the field in which it is used. Now, identify, please, the technical vocabulary in the following text. Let's use this rule of thumb that when it is something that you would not talk about in a general field, like when you're having a conversation with your mother or father, with your friends about things that happen in everyday life, but it is something that might be used in a certain field, that is technical vocabulary as well. All right, so I'm going to ask you to please read this text and identify which words would be technical vocabulary. All right, please pause my video, complete the activity now, please. All right, thank you very much for having done that. And let's see some of the words that I think would be technical, and let's see if we agree. All right, it says sound helps convey information, enhances production value, Yes, production value is the value of everything that makes the piece of film worthy or different from other works. Evokes emotional responses in psychology, that is a technical term, emotional responses, and indicates mood. Mood may refer to how you feel, but here it refers to how the audience can feel by watching a film. Combined with adequate use of language, sound effects, of course, that would be a technical term, music, and even silence. Silence would be a technical term because it refers to lack of sound, but controlled in such a way that it is part of the production. Can dramatically elevate video quality, while low quality sound, that would be another technical term, can ruin a video. Sound can fix poor animation. It's not that the animation doesn't have money, but it's poor, it's low quality animation. Or amateur camera work. So camera work, that would be, and even amateur can be a technical term. But when it comes to creating a complete experience, look at the word experience. Experience is not what we have lived, it is the experience that they create in the viewer. All right? For the audience, sound is arguably more important than video quality. We have some technical words there, but we have already mentioned them. Sound adds emotion and connects people to what they are watching, supporting every image and every cut. The word cut is another technical term because it doesn't refer to the action of cutting, but it refers to a scene, a particular scene, or they call that, no, it is actually a scene. When they say cut, the scene ends there. The part that they use in addition to tell a story, cut. And defining the overall mood, again, mood and tone, another technical term, of the narrative. Narrative would be there. Also, it is not that they're writing a narration, it is telling a story with images. So all those could be technical terms. Thank you very much for having done that with me. And right now, I am going to pause my video so that you can practice your pronunciation. All right? So listen and practice, please.
Sound helps convey information, enhances production value, evokes emotional responses, and indicates mood. Combined with adequate use of language, sound effects, music, and even silence, can dramatically elevate video quality, while low-quality sound can ruin a video. Sound can't fix poor animation or amateur camera work, but when it comes to creating a complete experience for the audience, sound is arguably more important than video quality. Sound adds emotion and connects people to what they are watching, supporting every image and every cut, and defining the overall mood and tone of the narrative.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And what I would like for you to do is to start thinking about technical vocabulary that you hear around you when you are listening to English, and try to become familiar with as much of that vocabulary as possible, because with that you can be more specific when you are speaking your English. All right? Thank you very much for having participated in this activity, and I'll see you in the next video.